especially if you're a survivor of abuse and you fought for your autonomy and fought for your life back. Especially those who have been through civil trials before. Yeah, I think a brother in chat can relate, right? Chicago Bulls. Okay, anyway, yeah, it's been okay. Let me just get the melancholic shit out of the way first, okay? Before I go into this rampage of rampage of rant about how imperfect any system is, including Singapore system. All right, I'm just personally speaking. You know what? Actually, is it fresh news? Because if I were to compare, okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys straight up, the bedrock of a civilized and healthy economy is based on philosophers or educators would convince us saying that the legal system or the law. However, I would like to humbly disagree. As long as it's still a system, it is still can be, it is a part of a tool for people who has the knowledge to access it. Okay, anything that can be accessed and used as a tool can be used either for the good and the bad. Hence, I would like to rephrase, not to undermine anybody's philosophy or great philosophers. Bedrock, the bedrock of a healthy and civilized and fair and just economy, healthy economy for everybody to enjoy, is everybody's responsibility to make wise and just decision to not weaponize any tools available to him or her or they, not to leave out anyone who identify themselves as they. Okay, yeah, him, her, or they. It's up to us to decide whether to use this tool for the good or for the bad, or at someone else's expense, especially if the other party is a victim of a thought action or a victim of a crime, if you know what I mean. Okay, so to rephrase what I'm trying to say, to get the melancholic shit out of the way, the bedrock of a healthy, functioning, and civilized society where all of us can enjoy is each and every one of our societal responsibility to not make bad decisions, to use these tools for self-gain and agenda at the expense of others, especially if the other person is innocent. That's all I have to say about this topic in regards to, it's pretty much sum up what we have been experiencing, what I personally, as Neuroisdelicious has been experiencing for the last 6 months, very demoralizing. It's not stressful. It's like there were many episodes of a CPTSD episode recurring, but it's always due to the same fact that, okay, first sign of trigger of bullying and or abuse, right? You get this the PTSD episode, all the anxiety, panic attacks, hard to breathe, neck, your head, your body, half of the body is numb, all the regular signs, right? But it always sources back to this demoralizing fact that people with professions who sworn oaths to uphold justice and or to serve thy people turn out to be not. Yeah, that's why I always consider myself because I'm neither. I have not sworn any oath, so I do not have any obligations to uphold that. However, I am proud about the fact that our channel and all of you guys in this channel, which I have the pleasure to meet and know, you have way more integrity than these motherfuckers we have to deal with for the last 6 months. Who are a bunch of doctors or representative of their medical practice and a legal law firm in Singapore. Yeah. You are much better than these motherfuckers and assholes. I like to emphasize the word asshole. They are, I wouldn't say all of them in the particular firm, but I must say one of them is. Yeah. Associate director, I think. Anyway, well, I can't exactly go into the I could mildly go into details the progression of how the case is going so far. I'm trying not to be come off as arrogant. I'm just hoping that the case can come to a close soon, because I can tell you guys straight up, with all due respect to our the legal system and the people who are in charge of in charge. I just hope that they see through the bullshit of the opposition soon. But do you know what I have learned? So far, I have learned, right? As much as they realize the obvious, it is still up to us, untrained, untrained in the law or legal sector, or been to law school, right? You need to know the law yourself. You need to do your own research. You need to type out your own affidavits. And that's gonna be your deposition during the trial. You know, words like this. Yeah, I learned. Um, my voice is a little bit shaky because I need to. You know what? I'm just gonna freaking get it out. Just take it as a semi trauma dump, because let's get it out so that we can have a great time today. How's that? Well, this last 6 months, countless and numerous trips through and fro to state court, back home, through and through state court and back home, where I've met and had very fruitful chat with people from different demographic backgrounds, especially those non-English speaking folks. Oh my god. Okay, so to summarize, he has that spirit to fight for justice. He has the spirit to stand up against unethical businesses. However, no one is willing to help him. He's all by himself. He don't even have the skills to access the complicated, complex legal system computer to his case, because he was being bullied by a certain unethical business, telling him straight in his face, saying, "Nah, you won't be able to sue us because you don't know any English, bruh." Oh my god. Um, yeah, it's a shame. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a shame. I was all I could do was just stand there while waiting for my turn to do the filing in person as they called, and just that stood there for an hour each, I think, to listen to this uncle's story. It was so heartbreaking. It was even more heartbreaking about the fact that no one is taking his case seriously because it was a claim that is not like a huge amount. It's not about the money though. Do you think this, believe me when I say, okay, I mean, it's hard to say whether the uncle's story is true or not, but I can assure you after the conversation, I feel his rage. Because the rage that I feel is exactly the same. So, and like we mentioned before, the lovely counter ladies who's in charge of customer service, filing for us civilians who are representing ourselves in the court of law, they do feel extremely empathetic for us, even for English speaking folks like us, especially for non English speaking folks. They have witnessed countless law firms using slap suits, threatening even English speaking folks to help the bad guys to get away with their thought actions and even crimes. Yeah, that's basically the that's why not many people dare to talk about it. I'm not going to say who, but let's just say that one of the filing ladies agreed with me, and she herself, I asked her, why is it happening in front of you guys and right under your nose? She replied verbatimly, because not many people talk about it. There's not enough voices. Well, to summarize, in order to get justice in Singapore, you need to know two things: English, your rights to the your rights in your rights in respective country. Okay, you need to know the language that the law requires you to so-called understand, or where the law proceeding is conducted. Different countries speak different languages, right? In Singapore, you need to speak English. You need to understand English in order to. How many of us do we actually get a professional translator to translate to you what is your rights in Singapore to perfect Mandarin? Even if someone were to translate to you in perfect Mandarin, will ask local Chinese speaking folks understand what the fuck it means? So anyway, yeah, it's a very depressing and demoralizing fact right now that I've witnessed, and even for English speaking folks, they are. I can see why they are afraid of law firms and slap suits, simply because they are not exposed to their rights and what are the different types of law is in Singapore. As as great as our government is trying to do, really, we have different government bodies trying to regulate unethical practices in every industry, almost every major industry, right? Education, healthcare, law, medical, right? It is really still up to us, individuals, to go research what are our respective rights and actually study the law to protect ourselves. So that's why I haven't been able to go live, because we have been our own self representation for the last 6 months. So Yeah, it is the prejudice is already there. Besides the fact that it's not just English speaking folks will have a little bit more advantage because everything is conducted in English. Second of all, you need to know all the vocabularies of legal terms. That's number two. Thirdly, which I think is the most important, is you need to really research on specific laws in your respective country. Okay, so yeah, especially if your country normalizes the commercialize of law practice. Very, very disappointing. Money trumps over integrity and justice in Singapore for now. Yeah. Uh, I'm speaking out loud, and it's not my first time talking about this in public. As you, if you guys are somewhat following my social media channels, I have written about this numerous times. The biggest issue in Singapore is this normalization of commercializing law practices. It's no longer a glamorous job or career or status in our society if you are a. I'm not saying all lawyers are like this, okay? I just have not met one that prioritizes justice and integrity over monetized gain. I have not met one. Yeah. In fact, I'm not trying to be too confident or what here. Just in case, when we win our case, after we win our case, we're going to go after the law firm that we went to seek legal advice from. I am coming for you. If you're watching this, I want my money back. Holy hell. The reason was very simple. The law firm says we don't have a case. Damn. I'm coming for you, brothers. Yeah, and I'm being very kind by calling them brothers. uh, so anyway, okay, you know what? So this is all I have to say for today. What I have personally been through for the last 6 months combined, and this is my biggest concern so far. Uh, our next court date is gonna be on the 6th December, but due to opposition's latest summons to do something to their own document, I can't say in detail. So for in respect for them, not that I can't say it, okay. It's been moved forward to one day earlier on the 5th. So it's our turn to respond to their summons. Thank goodness we have 6 months of training already, so we know what sort of template, what sort of affidavit, or how to you got to be. Again, I like to emphasize that I feel very demoralized due to the fact that I know I can't imagine how many people were being bullied by these motherfuckers. Because I know for a fact that one has to be smart, hardworking, have the courage and vigor to stand up against. Hi! So yeah, yeah, it's the main thing that is that's why I couldn't go live. I'm already tears almost coming out of my eyes because all these poor folks, man. The stories I've heard through and fro, traveling from here to Chinatown State Court, stories I hear from other victims of tort cases and abuse. Holy shit, guys! And I again feel angry for them. I do. And if the judge and or registrar were to rule in our favor, I'm gonna celebrate with everybody, dedicating our win to all top victims. This I promise you. Holy hell! Anyway, okay, so we're gonna continue to play some more music. Then when we come back, right, I would like to let's talk about you. How's that? Sounds good. I'll just be here having a smoke. Except we're just gonna play some music. Sounds good. Music time.